if everything is good. I think Instagram is probably okay. The audio. If you are on YouTube or Facebook, let me know if the audio is good. Okay, hi. So before we start, I want to ask you for two things. Please share with your friends. Share this video with people do you think that would like upcycling, and let me know where you're watching from. I love to know where you're watching from because I love the internet, how we can connect with people from all over the world. So please let me know where you are from. Okay. Hi, Clara. Audio's good. All right. Awesome. So welcome to Wardrobe School. I'm Vanya. Today we're going to talk about upcycling. This is special to answer your questions about the challenge, the upcoming challenge. It's like a workshop, but I called it a challenge because it's for us to finish. For you guys, whoever participates has to finish the project in 5 days. So I'm gonna chop the class in like 5 parts, and each day is a different task. So you do a little bit at each day, and by the end of the challenge, you have the blouse. Okay, we're gonna upcycle men's shirt into that puff sleeve blouse that you saw on my post. Okay, so if you haven't signed up yet, go ahead, sign up. It starts on Sunday. Okay. Hi, Rob. Rob is in the kitchen. Great. Audio is good, Rob. I suppose it is. Otherwise, you would say it's not, right? Of course. So if you're watching the replay, tell me where you're watching from as well, and also share with your friends. Okay. So there are since there's over 600 people that are gonna take the challenge. I'm like scared and excited because a lot of responsibility for me, but we're gonna do great. And so a lot of you guys asked questions. I sent an email saying asking questions, ask your questions. So then I got a lot of responses, and I respond some of them. I didn't respond at all, so I took notes of the most common questions, and I'm gonna answer those. And also, if you have any, let me know, and then I will respond to you here live. Okay. Hi, Valerie. Yeah, it's like a Rob in the kitchen. It's funny. Huh? So, and while I'm doing this, I'm ironing the shirt because I'm gonna print it. And because here's the thing, the challenge is we get like a button-up shirt. I call it a men's shirt because it's easy to say, but it doesn't need to be a men's shirt. Just any shirt that's button-up, and it should be a little larger than your original size. So if you wear like a size large, you want to have an extra large shirt. The largest, the better, because we gathered and then we need material. If you don't have any shirts that's larger than your size, then you use two shirts. And I'm practicing with two shirts. Usually I get those because I'm petite, right? So I usually do from larger shirts. And so I'm practicing with a small shirt too. So I can show you that how, the best way to do with two shirts. Okay. And you can add more. If you want to do colorful, you can make different shirts. You can use like 5-6 shirts and take a piece of each. Also works. The cool thing about this project is it's not only just to make that specific shirt, but also like you're going to learn other things. And from, that the way I'm going to teach you is that for you to like open your imagination, and then from there, you can create other things as well, right? So not necessarily you can make the shirt by the end of the challenge. After the 5th day, you're gonna have the shirt exactly like the one I posted on Instagram, that you're seeing around. But then you can create different things from there, just like the dress I just posted on Instagram. If you didn't see my post, you can see it. It's from the same cut. You do the shirt, and then you add the tiers, and you can make a dress. Okay. So, and you, like some people say, I don't like puff sleeves. So then you can do different. All right. And so yeah, sign up. The link is in the bio. On YouTube, I posted down in the description. On Facebook, I think it's on the page, but it's definitely on my bio on Instagram. Okay. So let me know if you have questions. And let me see if this iron is hot. And I'll just keep working here. And then, as you guys join, we'll talk. One thing, so talking about upcycling, right? if you think of ways to upcycle, I always like to work with materials that are natural. As if you've seen my live videos, classes, and all, you know that I like to work with natural stuff. So I always try to thrift for cotton, silk, linen, and hemp, and all this stuff. Hemp is like very hard to find, but if I find it, I'll take it, or rummy, or even rayon I use, right? And so, but then I just like and then there are different levels of upcycling you can do. Hi, Jeannie. You can do complicated ways. You can totally like trip out, and like if you have, I do that sometimes, like I have pieces, and then I go and think like, what can I create with this, and then I play with the shapes, and usually turns out to be something very like alternative and different if you play like with in a weird way, which is very cool. And that's what I want to do with the challenge, open up for you to think like, how can you like think about the pieces and all. Then there are simple ways, like I'm doing this now. For instance, I'm going to print this shirt, and just printing is a way to upcycle, because you're bringing new things. The piece. Think about the piece is like dead in somebody's closet, haven't used for like 10 years, 20, or sometimes even more, or it's sitting at the thrift store, or it's like in some place, and so you get a hold of that, and then you wash it, you iron it, and you print it, and from there you have a new piece. So that's upcycling, right? That's the simple way. So I do embroidery, I like to print, I like to do embroidery, I even draw on the piece. I don't In that case, you don't need to reconstruct it at all. Hi, rayon. Oh, thank you, I like your vibe too. Rayon is apparently the way it's made is not natural, is not the best, but I guess the fiber, I forgot how it is, but it's the least bad of the, it's halfway natural and not. Research, I forgot right now, but it's not as polyester. And apparently they created rayon to substitute silk. So I think the source is like, it's sort of a processed natural material, something like that. But Google it and you'll find out about it. I should learn more about that myself. But so anyway, you can print and you can embroider something, and then that's simple, right? And it's also upcycling, especially like if you sell stuff, you can just do that. Then what you can do is like sometimes, which I used to do a lot of that, is just crop something. I remember in the beginning of around like 2009, something like that, the trend was like very short skirt. Rayon is made of cellulose. See, but the professor is on cellulose, and then but it's processed, right? Why is it is not totally natural? All right, so back in the 2009, 10, the trend was like very short skirts and dresses, and then I would thrift skirt, like dresses that are like kind of longer, like sometimes the length is like kind of sad looking, at least in that time. And then I would just crop them and make that length that the girls want to wear. And then I sold a lot of those pieces because it was just like, it was just really like changing the height of the hem, right? And so that was very easy upcycled projects, but it was still upcycling. So sometimes it's like a long sleeve that if it's too much going on and then you want to take a piece, or sometimes you want to add something to it, and it's a simple process. So it's always, as long as you do something new, and I have videos talking about that more in depth. It's like how when you put your own touch to a piece, and sometimes you can bring it up to the trend, or you can just make more timeless, right? Sometimes it's a very trendy thing. Like right now, for instance, the puff sleeve, right? It's super popular and all, but it's probably not going to stay much longer, because remember in the 80s how it's big, and then it's right. So sometimes you find things that are like a lot going on, and then you take some away, to make it more simple and more wearable, which I think we're going to get to there like in a couple of years, probably, with the like lot of volume and stuff. So that's, at least that's how I do upcycling. And then because I sell stuff, then that's how I calculate prices. If I'm working a lot, if something that I totally reconstructed, it's more expensive. But if it's simple, then it's cheaper. If it's just printed, I did a lot of t-shirts that are just print and stuff, and that it's not, because it takes less time, right? In that case, with the challenge, it's something that the challenge that we have, and if you haven't signed up yet, the link is in the bio. It starts on Sunday, and we'll do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In those 5 days, we're gonna make this blouse that is the puff sleeve from a men's shirt. And that one, we kind of deconstruct. We take the piece apart and make it almost. It's not from scratch, but and that's what I think is why people want to learn. Because why did I decide to do this shirt, right, for this challenge? Because the times I posted that style, that design on my Instagram, a lot of you guys asked, "Where's the pattern? How do I make that? Are you gonna do a tutorial?" So here's the tutorial. And it's a little longer because if you take in one day, you're gonna get bored, right? That's why I'm doing like separated in different days, right? So, and that I like to, and that's a style that I have. I like to use parts of the piece. So when people see it, they know it was what it was, but they don't get it how it was done. So that's the idea. We're gonna change it and make a new piece from an old piece and still use the parts. Because you could also, that's the other way I do upcycling, is just take it all apart, right? If you see the dress, the bottom part of the dress, the skirt, the tiered skirt, the one that I just posted, is just a bunch of parts of the shirt. I just cut squares of the shirt, made like straps, like strips, right? And then gather them. And so you could do that, just like, or other dresses I do, I just cut parts and put it all together. But this blouse, it's not like that. I like to keep parts of the shirts too. So that's what's cool. You should join. Clara. Oh yeah, that's one of the questions actually that I have written, because everyone wants to. Thank you for asking. It's a great question. Look, you have because it's a challenge. It's within the 5 days, so you can watch. I recommend you to be live, because then I can answer your questions. I really recommend you guys to be with me doing it. Have your sewing machine ready, and we do all together, like if it was, in a classroom. If you can't make it on the day, you can still watch the next day, but it goes up to Thursday night. So you have, because if I open up and leave it, then tomorrow is never, right? So it has to be within the 5 days, okay? Say on Tuesday you couldn't catch live, then you go next day and watch it next day. But then I recommend you to do with me at least on Thursday, because then it's the last day. When it closes, then that's it, all right? Because it's a challenge. I'm challenging you to finish in 5 days. All right? And so let's go to the questions. The question that I got the most, it was, can a beginner do it? Yes, you can. If you're a beginner, how beginner are you, right? Have you ever sewn anything? If you have a little bit of sewing experience, it would be easier for you, because we really have to, we're going to do some gathering. You're going to do some, and then I'll show you a couple versions of the shirt, like the finishings and stuff. If you're more experienced, you can finish in a certain way. If you're not, you can I'll show an easier way for you to finish. But if you have a little bit of experience, it will be better. Yeah, be there, Clara. It starts on the 8th. 8th is Sunday, right? Yeah, 8th to 12th, exactly. Okay, so if you have a little experience, better. If today you don't know anything, you're like, but you really want to make, I have this free little mini course that I called a first steps mini course. If you go to wardrobeschool.com, you can find that. It's free. And it was like a live that I did, and it went very well. So I edited it, and it's a little workshop. It's like a 30-minute base sewing class that you can just teach. I teach. You can take it and learn the basics. Okay, and then with that, you're probably going to be able to do it. If you know how to use the sewing machine and sew a little bit, you can make it. Adrian, hi. Will the videos be available after for others to want to do it? It's not going to be available after the 12th. Okay, so it will be available within the days of the workshop or the challenge, because it's a challenge and the goal is that you finish within that time. Okay, so if you don't take it on the day, you can watch next day, but then up until Thursday night, which is the last day of the challenge. All right. So yeah, if you want to learn a little bit of sewing to get ready for it, you can practice now, maybe Saturday or even Sunday during the day. Take that class that is on wardrobeschool.com, and then you'll be ready to do it. Okay. And I'll help you. You know why? That's why I'm saying, like, be live with me during the workshop, because then if you're like, oh my God, how do I do that? Then I can respond to you. Okay. It's not on Zoom. I can't see you, but you can see me. All right. And it will be live. So the other question was, what kind of shirts do you need? A lot of people are like, I don't know which shirts, and meaning like the source, right? The material, because we're going to make from a button-up shirt. It's an upcycle piece. And honestly, like any shirt, I like natural fibers, and I usually do cotton for that kind. The one that you see on the picture, I think I showed like 2 or 3. They're all cotton, just like men's dress shirts. And I like the cotton ones this for 2 reasons. The first reason is because I like to work with natural materials, because it's easy, it's better for me and for the environment and all. But also, I just like the way that the cotton feels for this project. So if you're shopping for, or shopping someone's closet or your own closet or a thrift store, try to get a cotton one, because if it's not cotton, if it's like too heavy, it's not going to be puffy. If it's too stiff, it's going to be strange. So you want to fall like nice. If you don't have it, fine, just you can practice. And this is other thing I want to advise you, is that if it's your first time, if you're a total beginner, don't choose your most favorite shirts to do that. Choose like a second one, and then you practice with me. And then after you learn, you can make a new one, a final one. Okay. Or like, I always advise you, always practice on a piece that you don't care much about. And if you do any mistake, you can then make a better one later. Okay. And it's part of the process, right? When we make mistakes, we learn. We're learning how that went, and then you don't do that again. Or maybe you do the same mistake twice, but then you really learn. I like mistakes in sewing because it's a learning way to, it's a way to learn everything. I make mistakes all the time, and it is what it is, right? It's part of the process. So yeah, and then what kind of shirt? So the shirt, it's really any simple shirt that if it doesn't have a pocket, better, because I'll probably ask you to remove the pocket. But if it does, it's okay. I've made it with pockets. And if it's cotton, linen, linen is also as good as cotton. Large, the largest shirt you can get compared to your size. If you don't have it, if you just have, like, for instance, this one that's like almost my size, you take 2, and I'll show you how to make from 2 shirts, because we need that volume. We need extra material. Okay. And again, you can make from many different shirts. Just like if you scroll down on my Instagram, you see this dress I made. And I think I made with, it's not one of those that I'm dancing in. It's just one that I made from men's shirts. There were really like a lot of dress shirts, and it's on a mannequin. It's on a dress form. The picture is not very good because I took in my old studio and the light wasn't very good there. And I didn't like plan to, I just took the picture and I sewed the dress like very quickly after I made it. I don't have a good picture of it. But that kind of dress is the idea that we're going to do with this shirt. It's like a light cotton, and but I was talking about the color, right? So that dress, I mixed different colors. So I picked a bunch of dress shirts, and they're like little plaids. There's red and then yellow or blue. And I took one of each and mixed them all together, and it looks really cute. So maybe you want to do that way. Okay, that will work. All right. And what else? Let's see the questions. How long? A lot of people ask me, how long will it take? So the videos, the live videos that we're gonna do, and it's all live, okay? Just if you don't know that yet, we're gonna do this all live, and it's gonna be every day at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And so when you're live with me, I'll be doing, it will take like probably like 30 minutes. Depends, probably the first days will take less and the last days will take a little longer. It really depends on you guys, how long you take to, if you have many questions, how many people are going to be live and all that. Okay. But I'm thinking of like 20 minutes, half an hour. All right. Tops like 40 minutes, something like that. So it's not much. And hopefully you finish the task on that day. You know, it's easy. I swear it's not, you can make this shirt in like 2 hours. And that's why I'm spreading out in 5 days. So we can do a little bit of each day and you get encouraged and say like, oh, you think of something better for next day. Then you have one day to sleep on it and then change something and all. Okay. I never done a challenge like that. I just did the workshop that was recorded. And so this time is live. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be fun. I'm sure it'll be fun, but hopefully everything will be well. We're not going to have any issues. Okay. And so, oh, some people said, but Vine, I don't like that style of that blouse because I know it's kind of like a specific style that I love it. And I know a lot of you love it, but some people not necessarily like it, but they want to participate, you know, take the classes and all. You're going to, if you don't like the blouse, you could make for somebody else that likes, or you can take it and still learn stuff and just change it. And during the workshop, I'll teach you, I'll share ideas with you that you can do other things, right? Even you don't need to make puffy if you don't want. You can make it longer. You can do different ways um, that, you know, that you probably like at the end. So try, and it's fun to just accomplish a project, right? The idea, look, how long have I been doing this classes and all, right? Over a year, I think almost 2 years that I started doing live videos. And the challenge that I see you guys finding the biggest challenge is to finish. Everyone's like, I never finish. I have a sewing machine. I never take it. And if you took my other workshops, you know that my goal is always to make you finish. You get started and finish, get it going, get moving forward. Because I know when you make it, you're gonna feel more, you feel happier and you feel more accomplished, right? So that's the whole goal of this challenge. You go there, you start a project with me, and I'll be live helping you. And by the end of the week or the 5 days, you're gonna have the piece finished and it's gonna be awesome. I promise you're gonna love it. All right. So do you have any questions? Anyone? Let me see on YouTube if oh yes, I put the link here on YouTube if you need, and to sign up if you haven't signed up yet, on my bio on Instagram and on Facebook. Okay, share, invite your friends. It's also fun if you have a friend doing it with you. Maybe in the same room, maybe you get your sewing machine ready together and then you do it together. And so send them the link. The link is here or in the bio. Just share and let's do it, right? So I start on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, guys. What else? Yeah, so I guess no one has any more questions. I'll see you probably on Sunday or not, no, sometime soon when I come live again. Okay? Have a wonderful night and I'll see you soon.